Fitin10 Nation, it is day 49. 3 weeks, at least formally speaking, 3 weeks to go. And it really seems like yesterday I said we are 3 weeks in, day 21, day 49. I tell you, it just, before you know it, this thing is done. A reminder to you that everything matters. I'm going to remind you that everything matters. Everything matters in this challenge. Everything matters. So do not, if you are thinking this way, do not believe or think that, this won't really matter. That won't really matter. If I do a little bit of extra this, I can have a little bit of extra that. Everything matters. If you stick to the system, you will do the best. If you stick to the system, you will do the best. Okay? For you, I'm speaking to you. Okay? All right? So stick to the system. Don't change it in any way. Do your best not to change it in any way. Okay? All right. I realized, I'm going to tell you that my website is slowly being redone. Actually, it was redone like a year and a half ago, and then the guy who was doing it, I'm not sure what happened, but he just kind of, things happened, his wife had a baby, and then he had a different job, and it just, yeah. Anyways, it never happened. So the website is coming, and it is changing, but in the meantime, we're still using our old website, which is a complete and utter mess, I must say. And my point in all this is that sometimes, this is a WordPress-based website, sometimes your entries pop up like randomly, like they don't show up. Like, I'll give you an example. So there's an entry from February 29th, which I went through it. And this is obviously has not happened just this one time. I go through it, I go through your entries daily, I look through, see who's sent in maybe a new one, and then all of a sudden I'll scroll down to a later date and there's one sitting there that hasn't been read, but that was not there. And this happens regularly. So my apologies to this person. I'm going to read your questions today, and then I'll come back to what I was going to read yesterday, okay? So let's do that. All right. Something specific you can improve on for the following week. I will be sleeping for hopefully 8 hours. Yeah, I guess we can't say for sure we'll sleep 8 hours. Hopefully 8 hours every day this coming week by being in bed by 9 p.m. to hopefully be asleep by 9:30 p.m. Okay, great job. I like that. Sleep is very, very important. So important. Name something specific you need help with. Nothing that comes to mind at the moment. Thank you for the tips and encouragement during the workouts. You're welcome. Is there anything you would like me to cover in this week's video series? I know we're not allowed alcohol in this challenge. No, you're not. But does this include rice wine vinegar used for cooking seasoning? No, this does not include rice wine. It's not rice wine vinegar it's not wine. Okay, it's just vinegar. You just think of it as a type of vinegar. Okay, it doesn't contain any alcohol. In fact, it doesn't contain any calories. So you're fine to use it. Benefits of apple cider vinegar first thing in the morning. Ooh, do we mix this? Do we mix this with water, or shots okay too? All right, so there seems to be some benefits with it, and I will tell you that I do it in the morning, okay? I believe most of these benefits are not proven, however, okay? Why do I do it? I'll tell you in a second. Just because I believe that it makes a difference, but doesn't mean it does. It is supposed to do a couple of things, and there has been some things that have been apparently shown, although I have not read or looked at the studies on this, but it's supposed to do things such as improve insulin sensitivity. And this is important because this makes life easier on your pancreas, and it also reduces insulin production needed for a certain amount of glucose in your blood to basically be regulated. So what that means is it's easier on your pancreas, easier on inflammation, and it takes less insulin to do its job, essentially, okay? And this is a good thing. Which leads me to my next point, better glucose management, which I kind of already said. I find a difference in my digestion. This is one of the reasons I did it. I noticed a difference immediately in my digestion. My digestion was better. Okay, now I don't just use apple cider vinegar, I do use something else first thing in the morning. It's supposed to be good for dry skin and eczema. Now, I didn't actually, this I did not know. I did actually look this up. There's some people that claim this. Don't know if it's true or not, and I don't even know if that means topically used or if that means ingested. But I do know that it seems to help with acne as well, if you put it on topically. Another one is supposed to lower cholesterol and LDLs, which are your bad cholesterol carriers. Okay, these are actually proteins. Now, I don't want to go down this rabbit hole, but I'm just going to say this. I don't actually know if cholesterol and LDL are actually things you should be concerned with. And I know you're going to be like, this guy's an idiot, because it's everywhere. This is what doctors say, and we sell drugs for this and everything. And I'm like, yeah, but it actually hasn't been proven. It hasn't been proven. There is a correlation, and there is a theory about cholesterol and LDL contributing to atherosclerosis, in general, cardiovascular disease. But it hasn't been proven. We haven't seen mechanistic data, so we don't know if this is the case. And there are many other theories by researchers, doctors, PhDs, that it's other things that cause it. So I'm still open-minded, and I'm not saying it's not the case, because I don't know, but I can tell you it hasn't been proven, So, and I just don't see enough evidence to say, yeah, it looks like that is. So, anyways, we have narratives in life that we tend to go with and believe, and they tend to become facts, but until we really look into them, we realize that they're actually not facts. They may not be true. So, time will tell, I guess, right? I'm sure at some point we'll find out. Okay. So apple cider vinegar, what do I do in the morning? I'm going to tell you what I do in the morning, because I have apple cider vinegar, and so it definitely isn't a waste of time to do. It's not going to add any calories to your diet. I do believe there are some benefits. I take apple cider vinegar in the morning. I also do some lime juice, fresh lime juice, and I do about half a teaspoon of, it's probably more like a teaspoon, I do like 2 super heaping quarter teaspoons, so it's probably actually really a teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt. And I do this for a number of reasons, and I'll just give you a couple of them right now. Maybe I'll do a separate video on this, but one, digestion, one for liver health, one for my hypothalamus pituitary adrenal axes, which is like a tripod for regulating so many different processes in the body. And I do the salt because I need the salt because I work out a lot, And there's some other reasons. So, but yes, I do apple cider vinegar, and I will tell you this. I don't know if this is just a coincidence or not, but I have gone for several imaging scans, DEXA scans specifically. So this is high-powered X-ray technology that can do things like measure your bone mass and measure the different types of fat in your body. So one thing it can do is it can measure your what is that fat called? Why is it escaping my mind? Your fat in your abdomen, what's that called? Visceral fat, thank you. Visceral fat. And so this is the fat that sits basically in your abdomen between your organs, and it's supposed to be really bad. And when I started to do the apple cider vinegar and lime juice in the morning with some salt, I went in, I had another scan, and I'd been doing this for about 6 months by this time, maybe a little bit longer. I'd have to go back and check. It may have been a year. I've been doing it for quite some time. And my visceral fat was at an all-time low. And so much, it went down so much that Peter, the guy who does the scanning, he said, what did you do? Like, what changed? And because he'd done many scans with me, and the visceral fat was always about the same. And I even come in for scans and my body fat had been lower. So my body fat was lower, my visceral fat was higher. But this scan I came in, my body fat wasn't super high, but it was just sort of like average to what I normally am. But my visceral fat had dropped tremendously. And I said, honestly, the only thing I can really think of is my apple cider vinegar, lime juice, and salt mix in the morning, which I do. So, you know, whether it has to do with that or maybe it's something else that I just don't see, I'm not sure. But take it for what it's worth, okay? And so I still do it to this day. I will tell you for sure that, like, you know, I said to you that my digestion feels better. I feel like I have less volume in my stomach. Like, my stomach is flatter. My food intake is still the same. My stomach is much, much flatter. I feel like there's less stuff there. And I thought that was a digestion thing. It really felt like a digestion thing. Maybe it has something to do, too, with the visceral fat. Anyways, who knows? Okay, message of the day. I didn't even look at the message of the day. What is the message of the day? Mark, what is the message of the day? Oh, it's a good one. I wrote this, and I really want you to listen to this because this may be something that's affecting you. I'll be honest with you, it never affected me because I'm a pretty selfish person. But I'm going to say this. To those of you who feel guilty for what you're doing, it is okay to put time and energy into improving yourself. It is okay. In fact, I'm going to highly recommend it because you will be of better service to those who you feel like you're maybe neglecting. When you put time and energy into yourself, you will be a happier, more productive person, okay? Do not feel any guilt for putting in some time and energy into improving your health and improving your, when I say health, I just don't mean physically speaking. I mean, you know, mentally, right? Psychologically, spiritually, perhaps. Okay? Don't feel guilty if you do about doing this. There's no reason for it. You have to, in order for you to better serve the people that you care about, you have to be the best functioning individual that you can be. All right. So putting time and energy into yourself in a progressive way, I think, is only going to make you better at serving others. Right. So keep that in mind. Positive energy, positive vibes. Believe in yourself. For the love of God, give some gratitude. And I'll talk to you all very soon. Have a wonderful day. See you guys.